Greetings all, it's Blue Knight. Welcome back to Slide 2 Band of Thieves. Man, it feels great to be doing this again, I'm not gonna lie. I apologize for taking so long to get back into this, but needless to say, I had a lot of problems to deal with if you haven't followed any of my updates. But all those problems have finally been cleared up, and I finally have the time and the resources, and hopefully the help, to get through this again. Speaking of my health, if I sound a little stuffed up or if I cough a bit, I'm still trying to get over sickness, but I'm mostly healthy. So let's hope that doesn't get in the way of this at all. Anyways, to recap what happened last time, we completed episode 4 Jailbreak, where we freed Murray, and now with the gang reunited, we can go on to continue this game with episode 5, A Tangled Web. Now, I think I remember saying in episode 3 that's when the game starts to get good. Personally, the second half of this game is the most memorable part to me than the first, because this is where things really start to heat up, for lack of a better term. But enough of my delays, let's continue with our adventure with the Cooper Gang.
Time for a little payback. The Contessa, having escaped us in the prison, is now hiding out in her castle estate. It's a well-fortified Gothic nightmare that would make any thief run in terror. Terrible or not, that's where we're headed. To sweeten the deal, we've learned that the Contessa, who until recently was a secret member of the Claw Gang, is in possession of the Clockwork Eyes. The Thieves Raccoonist describes the eyes stopping opponents dead in their tracks, transfixed in their gaze. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what an accomplished hypnotist could do with such powerful artifacts. News of the Contessa's corruption has spread to Interpol. Constable Neela, being closest to the case, was granted a cash allowance to hire an army of local mercenaries. It looks like we're walking into a full-scale war. But we have to act now, before things go from bad to worse.
So, remember when I said just a moment ago that things are starting to heat up? Yeah, I wasn't lying. We're walking into a full-scale war between Neela and the Contessa. But we gotta do it if we want to get to the Clockwork Eyes, and Science Head was just jittery there for a second. That never happened before. But anyways, let's start off with the reconnaissance mission. If you've played this game before, then you know the formula. Gotta get some recon on our enemies before we can launch a plan of attack.
Okay, here's the plan. First take some recon photos around the area. Then make your way up to the re-education tower.
Looks pleasant enough.
Oh, and stay clear of tanks. You know, so you don't get blown up into little sticky pieces.
That's a big hit from Bentley that you should take. Seriously, these tanks are dangerous. If you take any damage from them, you'll lose half of your health. Yeah. Neela's come prepared to take down the Contessa. To save, at the very least. But one of the photos we have to take is this building which Neela has set up as her HQ. Now you cannot take it from that roof from that house over there. I've tried a lot of times, the game will not register you as locking on to the building whatsoever. I turned my back for a second, I got hit by the tank. You see? Half my health already taken out, so get this picture and get out of Dodge quickly.
Neela's made a headquarters out of that old bank. It's a pretty secure location. It'll take some doing to drive her out.
Get out of the donkey cab and just run away. I do not want to lose this quickly by those freaking tanks. Seriously, in my earlier playthroughs of this game, those tanks, they instill a lot of fear into me. I had tried to avoid these like the plague. enough about the tanks. Most of the games will be taking place over there, the Contessa side of this map, so to speak. First, the first one you should take is this boat. It's the easiest of the 3 locations on the Contessa side.
The Contessa has these boats out on patrol against Neela's army. They could be useful to hitch a ride.
Now we should make our way over to the east side of this map. Because one of the, or if not, if you're quick enough, both of the remaining waypoints for photos are going to be somewhere in this vicinity, like that blimp. Now, if you remember from the last episode of this game, Jailbreak, this is the blimp that Contessa made her escape from the prison.
That's the blimp the Contessa used to escape from the prison. Maybe we could use it to our advantage around all these high towers.
Now, the reason why I said you want to take the east side is because of this semi-electrical line, or connection, whatever you want to call it. And also, it's where our first clue bottle is. And as you can see, the Contessa's also got herself some tanks. Though smaller, they will still damage you, just not as much as Neela's tanks. At least from my memory. I've never been hit by those tanks as much as I have from Neela's ones. Now the final photo with the take, I think it was somewhere around this vicinity. Then again, I haven't played this game in a while, so my memory's gonna be a little fried. Smoke bomb? Yes, smoke bomb. I tried to run with this the other day and I didn't use my power-ups that much. The power-ups are gonna be something I want to go into a little later on. But now's not the right time. Wait a minute. Oh, right, the tank. That's the last photo you have to take. Stand on that truck. That should be the safest location for you to get the last photo. There we go.
The Contessa's all geared up for war. Just our luck. Okay, Sly. Head up to the re-education tower. I suspect that's where we'll find the Clockwork Eyes.
So this map, you might encounter some trouble in terms of navigation. As Belly stated, there are a lot of high towers on the Contessa side. So even trying to pick your destinations, it's gonna be a little tough to look through because of all these high towers and buildings and such. But the re-education tower, not that hard to get to. Just jump on that web, and it's this tower right here.
The door is locked from the inside. Try working your way around to the tower's window.
Getting to the window's not going to be that big of a problem. Just a hook here, and a pipe there. And before you know it, you're right at the window. And I believe there's a clue bottle here. No, there's not. I'm a liar. I think there might be a clue bottle on one of these roofs somewhere. There's got to be a few. Again, rusty memory, but that's what I'm thinking. Well, let's go inside the re-education tower and see what's up.
Bentley, there's more than just the Clockwork Eyes up here.
Why are you doing this? Neela! She set me up. I'm an honest cop.
Of course you are. I've read your psychological profile. I know that you're honest.
Then why are you doing this to me?
Because, dear, you're honest. You see, by chasing after Sly Cooper, you learned too much about the Claw Gang and its spice operation. It was only a matter of time before you figured out that I was a secret member. So, when Neela gave me a chance to put you in custody, I took it.
Coward. You're a disgrace to Interpol. I'll make it my life's work to destroy you.
Oh, I'm afraid your life, let alone your life's work, isn't going to last much longer. Once I integrate the clockwork eyes into this device, your life's work will be whatever I tell you.
I won't be brainwashed that easily.
Quite right. It won't be easy or painless. But I will reprogram your mind, and you will take the fall for me at Interpol. Now, just lay back and relax. Go to your happy place. And stay there forever.
I don't think they've seen you. Take a few photos and get out of there.
No. I've got to help Carmelita. She's in trouble here.
There's nothing you can do now. Get the recon photos and come back to the safe house. I swear, we'll find a way to help her.
Billy's right. We can't do anything in there given the scenario. So we just gotta do our best to take the photos and leave. Just turn to the left and you'll get your photo very easily, this old terminal.
That old terminal should be hardwired to the systems in this tower. We need to find a way to get it online.
And this terminal can be very easy to miss if you don't look around enough. Besides, you probably shouldn't miss it, despite I did in my earlier playthroughs, because I didn't think it was that important. But moving on. There's the object of our affection, so to speak.
The clockwork eyes! They seem to be routed through that control board. Get a shot of the console so I can decipher its make.
Now, for some reason, you have to take a picture of Carmelita first before you take a picture of anything else. Like this device here. Wait a minute. I can take the... Okay, that's weird. I played this game quite a few times and never have I decided to scroll over to another object because I didn't think you could take them before taking Carmelita's picture. I always thought you had to take Carmelita first and then these other two things afterwards. Apparently that's not the case. You learn something to do. You learn something new every day, I suppose.
Interesting. Inspector Fox is restrained in an old Iron Tech 250. Crude, but effective.
Now we can take the picture of this. At least the reticle is displayed. Apparently you can take the pictures out of order, which is what I didn't think of for the longest time.
Those are the Contessa's elite shadow guard. Tough is too sissy a word to describe those guys. That's a mind shuffler. I didn't think they were real. It's made of equal parts science and black magic. Indestructible to conventional weapons. All right, head back to the safe house and we'll get a plan together. The war between Neela and the Contessa has put the castle on high alert. To get at the clockwork eyes, we'll need to subtly manipulate this conflict to our advantage. Here's the plan. Murray, sneak into the castle and kidnap the head of security. I want to ask him a few questions. Meanwhile, Sly and I are going to get a little paranormal. I'll slip into the crypts beneath the castle and put together a bad mojo bomb. It should be enough to destroy the mind shuffler. Sly, you capture a few local ghosts and drop them into Neela's headquarters. Hopefully the near-death experience will inspire her to purchase more mercenary firepower. We've all got our assignments. Good luck.
Okay. Let's not waste any time and start this first phase of jobs with Murray's kidnap the general. Now you think, for some reason, the Contessa, well, not for some reason, for obvious reasons, she should have her front door locked, but you can see plain as day, aside from a few searchlights, the way it is open, and I just got hit. Smart. Wait, the tank? Not the tank is getting after me! This has not been my day so far. But anyways, before I was interrupted, freaking tank, let it go already! And now I'm being attacked. Feel like I can't get my point across. Fortunately, Murray is more than capable of handling these guys, or any enemy in the game, basically. That's not a mid-boss, at the very least. But you can see plain as day, the Contessa's front door is open. Either she's really confident, or very, very stupid, and forgot to lock this front door. Yeah, I don't get it either, but we're gonna take it anyways. I mean, we're at war for goodness sakes. Or in the middle of one. Now, another thing I don't like about this level is that some of the markers are placed in very not obstructed places, but places that are difficult to reach to. Places that you think you wouldn't be able to get to, but you can. It's kind of a bit of an illusion that can trick you if you're playing this for the first time. But it also makes things a bit difficult to navigate through, as I stated earlier. But there are ways for all the characters to get to their markers, or at least one route. And speaking of not liking this level, like I said, I'm not a big fan of this level because of all of the big, tall buildings that could block these waypoints and markers. And add the fact that you have to look for these markers to start these jobs. It throws you off a bit. It's one thing that I wish the developers took better care of. I understand they were trying to go for this huge fortress look for the Contessa, but it can really obstruct your views of the waypoints. So we can start our first job.
Hey, Murray, can you see the general from there?
Nope. Just an old man coming up the ramp.
Don't let his appearance fool you. That's General Clawfoot, and he's one of the toughest old soldiers you'll ever see. Not to mention head of castle security.
What if he doesn't want to come? I don't want to hurt him.
Oh, don't worry about that. He's only afraid of two things, fire and water. Other than that, you couldn't hurt him if you wanted to. He might even come in handy along the way, as a projectile.
Wow, that is handy.
So, the objective of this job is as simple as it sounds. We just gotta kidnap the general and carry him back to our hideout. Now, if I was... Yep. Off screen, I was able to purchase this third power from Murray called Atlas Strength. We can jump by carrying someone, and it's an automatic power-up. Once you buy, you don't have to equip it. It stays with you forever.
Great. Now bring it back to the safe house. I've marked it in your binocular.
The reason why I got this power-up is to make this job go by a lot quicker. If you don't have this, you won't be able to run like I'm doing right now or jump. And it can make this job go by a little slower than it usually does. But with this power-up, you can get by in a flash. Now, to show what Belly was talking about, this is probably the toughest general you'll ever meet, if not one of. Anything you do to this guy will not hurt him at all. He's probably the toughest man in this game, despite being a one-time character. So yeah, I can just throw him at the wall, I can throw him on the ground. Anything that's solid, a solid surface, the general could be okay with. But stay away from using fire or water, as Bentley said, because that will actually kill the general. And supposedly, General Clawfoot is also weak to electricity from a source I read up recently. And don't worry about the enemies going after the general, he's obviously on their side and they're trying to protect him. But Murray, he is almost overpowered as hell in this game. Mostly anything you can take out in 2 hits. Now if you listen to the general carefully before you kidnap him... Sorry. Just sometimes when you throw the general, he says a lot of stupid stuff and it's kinda funny. Oh, this Alan's strength, help me get away from this tank. Ooh, that was close. Thankfully, didn't get hit. Now, as I was saying, if you listen to the general before you kidnapped him, he's speaking in German. I'm not sure what he's saying, and I couldn't find anything that can translate what he was saying before you kidnapped him. But this is a little tip I like to throw in, something I never noticed before. I thought he was speaking gibberish when I played this before reading that up.
Well, well, General Clawfoot. We've got a lot to talk about. You wouldn't by chance know the security codes to the castle gates, hmm? Don't feel like talking, huh? How about a little of this?
Jack!
Talk, you scoundrel!
Wow!
Yep, that job was as simple as it sounds. Kidnap the general and take him back to the safe house. And with Alan's strength, it's pretty much a breeze. But that's gonna do it for this episode of Sly 2 Bandit Thieves. Yeah, I know not a lot was accomplished, but these next 2 jobs can take somewhere between 10 to 20, 30 minutes at max. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and until we meet again everyone, farewell for now.
Jem satik roof gavik. Pit tushim doilek paskak ule. Dreidik of oofta ein oofta son stoktik kratte. O cracky don't tell stock. Wax down trouder brother. Non brother ich talk the proctor. If pen prick horlik. In ashtin ein. Oina ashtin todeso. Snowy sweep magic don't stack. Tokheim Dortic. Eric. Teshadia Dormarek Parukapoop don't stack. Lieb Blochheim.